Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me say thanks to the Almighty Allah because give me a chance and blessing me to work this assignment about final test 1. And secondly, the honorable person, my lecturer, Mr. Kaharudin. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Andi Nurul Ainunnisa from class TBAC. And this video, I will telling about read the question and answer the question about speaking theory. Alright, to save the time, let's get started. Okay guys, let me start from question number 1. Question number 1 is, do you agree with this definition of speaking? Speaking is to say something by using voice. Please explain your answer by using your own sentence. Okay, and my answer is yes, I agree because speaking is the process of putting idea into words. The speech that appears is the embodiment of from the ideas that already exist at the level of idea. The speech in question is meaningful language sound. Significance becomes a must is. Language sounds are to be categorized as speaking activity. Actually, we can also speak silently or commonly call it non-verbal, but in my opinion, speaking non-verbally is not effective in communication unless the person we are talking to has a disability or his speech impaired. Okay guys, next question is number 2. Question number 2 is, when we learn speaking skill, what knowledge should we learn? And when should we learn the knowledge? My answer is, in my opinion, when we learn speaking skill, there are 2 knowledge should be learned. First, deductive grammar approach. Deductive grammar approach is learning grammar by knowing the rules first. And secondly, the inductive grammar teaching approach. The inductive grammar teaching approach that we learn is taught first and then given the opportunity to use and know the rules. Question number 3. Question number 3 is, what do you know of speaking concept according to Research Theory 2008? Okay. In my opinion, speaking concept by Richard 2008 is this is for me. Apart from two speaking idea as stated above, Richard 2003 especially to make effort describe speaking from the function of speaking point of view. According to him, in human daily life, people use speaking to employ 3 major functions: speaking as interaction, speaking as transaction, as well as speaking as performance. Okay, next question. Question number 4. Question number 4 is, do you agree with saying that the target of learning speaking is communicative competence? What do you know of communicative competence? Okay. My answer is yes, I agree. Because communicative competence is one of those terms which is so familiar that we no longer consider that it really means. Communicative competence we rattle of in teacher training. Teacher training competence we rattle of in teacher training courses or to interested outsiders is our ability to use language in interaction to understand message and make ourselves understood in turn. Okay guys, the last question. Question number 5. Question number 5 is, when teaching speaking skill, English teachers are required to use a good teaching method, and one of the suggested method is CLT. Do you agree that CLT is one of good method for teaching speaking skill? Why? What do you know of CLT? Okay guys, in my opinion, yes, I agree if CLT one of good method speaking skill, because the communicative language teaching or CLT learning method, or also called the communicative approach, is a learning method that emphasizes learning on student interaction as the ultimate goal of learning. Usually, language learner in a learning environment using CLT technique, namely learning and practicing the target language through interaction with each other, along with the instructor learning about original script written in the target language for purpose other than language learning, as well as through the use of language both inside and outside the classroom. Finally, we are come to the last agenda. The conclusion of this video: speaking is the process of putting idea into the words. The speech that infers is the embodiment of from the idea that already exists at the level of idea that speech in question is a meaningful language. There are two knowledge should we learn if we learn speaking skill. First, deductive grammar teaching, and secondly, inductive grammar teaching approach. And communicative competence is one of those terms which is so familiar that we no longer consider what it really means. Communicative competence will result of in teacher training, courses, or to outsiders. Is our ability to use language in interaction to understand message and make ourselves understood in turn. And next, I would like to say thanks for my parents, for my lecturer, and all of my beloved friends because support me to make this video. And for my teacher, keep fighting and don't tire for sharing your knowledge because we need it for life better. Thank you very much and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.